Aloha headsets, Frankie here, and guess what? I've been putting the VR game. Now, a little backstory, you guys, because that's what I'm all about. I love storytelling. Now, when I started this channel, I had absolutely no idea I would be at this point. And anybody starting out a channel right now, just work at it. You can get anywhere, I promise you. And I reached out to a couple people here and there to see if they would help, and most of them didn't even respond to me. Now, one person in particular was posting on the PlayStation VR subreddit about these awesome skins that you could put on your PSVR to make them look much better, because a lot of people didn't like the plain black look. Don't get me wrong, I love the classic black and white, but you know what, I like to mix it up every now and again. Now, this gentleman from the wonderful company Flaming Toast Decals, I reached out to him. I sent him a little Twitter message and I said, hey, I don't want any free stuff or anything. I see that you're trying to promote PlayStation VR. I'm trying to do the same thing. Here, bada bing, bada boom. Would you be interested maybe me offering a discount code? And you know what? He was sweet enough, he was nice enough, he loved my content enough to reach back and say, Frankie, you know what, let's do it. And after that, we chit-chatted all the time. And to be honest, he is now somebody I would consider a very personal friend, and an amazing relationship that I built out of just being into PlayStation VR and onto YouTube, but I digress. Now, from this relationship, I got to go to PAX East last year. Now, being at PAX East, I got the scoop on Farpoint. I got to play tons of VR games before they came out. We got tons of great stuff for this channel, and all because I just sent out one little Twitter message a while ago. But keep on keeping on. While I'm at PAX, I run into a Mr. Ryan Hoopengarner. Now, this man is the executive for marketing at Vive HTC, and you know what? He was an awesome guy. I mean, honestly, one of the sweetest people I've ever met for such a high-position gentleman that does so much work for such a small team, because these guys work their bums off. And I ran into him and I said, hey, man, I would love to get into PAC VR. I got a PlayStation VR. I want to see the stuff that comes out first. And he said, you know what, Frankie? You get a PC and I will get you a Vive. And fast forward into the future, you lovely headsets out there, help your boy Frankie get a PC. And bada bing, bada boom, honestly, he came through 100% on his word. I emailed him. I said, Ryan, I finally got a PC. And he said, you know what, Frankie, we will send you a Vive. And less than a month later, it was on my front door with the nice deluxe audio head strap. And I was, honestly, blown away, you guys. I mean, they just sent this because I ran into him at a conference and he kept his word, which is too cool, you guys. So another life lesson right there is ask people, talk to people. Don't be afraid to ask questions, ask for help, ask for things, because if you're willing to do the work, I promise you people are going to come through. But now, stop talking. How did you get into a VR game, Frankie? You're talking about your Vive. Where's the VR game? Now, Vive has been awesome, you guys, is what I'm trying to say, and what I'm trying to get to is they have hooked me up with, I got to play with the guys from Tested, if you know what that is. They've gotten me tons of games. They sent me trackers right away. And not only did they send these things, but they don't ask for anything. They don't say you have to make videos. They don't say you have to post anything on Facebook. They don't say you have to link us in anything. They don't say you have to do this. They don't do anything. They just say, hey, you know what? Play your VR games. Have a great time. Here is a Vive. You know what? If you want to talk about it, you can talk about it, which is probably the greatest thing I've ever seen, because it makes me want to talk about it much more, and gets me so much more excited about all the titles coming to it. And one title in particular that months ago, I've been playing this one for a while, was sent to me, and they said, hey, Frankie, do you want to check out this pretty cool game? And it was a puzzle game, and I love puzzle games. So I say, you know what? I love VR. I love puzzle games. Let's check this out. This game was made by a lovely company called Two Bears, and my first thought was, what do bears have to do with VR? But I figured out after a while they were a split studio when they started back in 2016. Half in San Fran, half in Taiwan, and the Bear of California and the National Bear of Taiwan. Mix them together and you got their logo. So now it all made more sense. And they had this beautiful game, Super Puzzle Galaxy, which is kind of like your own little personal Rube Golberg game that I loved. I got to check it out. I got to try it out. I said, you know what, you guys, I had so much fun with this one. There were over 30 levels that I got to check around, tons of challenge levels, and they said, you know what, Frankie? did you try to create a level option? And I said, you know what? I didn't even try to create a level option. And they said, hey, you want to make a couple levels? We'll put your little Set logo in a game, and you are in this game. And so I said I would love to. Now, making these levels is so easy and so simple. You just click down. It's like you're playing in your own little personal sandbox. They give you a toolkit of things to use. I mean, you get ramps, you get jumps, you get portals, you get... It's so cool. I mean, your wildest dreams. You can shrink yourself down to tiny size and go inside the sandbox and look around and watch the ball do the thing. Now, the whole concept of this one is to get a ball from one place to the other, but they put... if there's a rock, you can't do anything with it. If there's sand, you can move it up and down, and you can kind of smooth it out. So you can kind of move around their puzzles. And the thing is, if you collect the little Vive tokens, then you get you get the ultimate score. You collect all those tokens. That's what you want. Everybody wants achievements, and that is very difficult to do, is to get to some of the higher levels. Now, all you got to do is aim the ball, try to launch it, try to loop it, but it gets so much more difficult as you go on, and it takes... I mean, it takes all the brain power you need to get all three of those icons. Now, I'm loving this one. It's more of a relaxing kind of chill back. Think about it. I can move the thing around. It is 100% built at this point for room scale. So you can just walk around your whole room. You can drag it this way, that way. You can walk around to the other side of the board. It is nuts. It is too cool. And I thank you guys so much for putting me in this game. I'm loving it. I'm loving making levels. I got more levels coming. So definitely check this one out. And the reason we're talking about it today, if you're still watching at this point, and I hope you are, is that it is leaving early access and entering the Steam store for $9.99. So definitely check that one out. And they're going to have some DLC in the future, which adds a ton more levels that are much more difficult than even the levels they had before. And the challenge levels, that's only going to be $1.99. So these are great people making a solid game that is really, really good. If you have yourself a Vive, if you got yourself a Steam account, definitely check this baby out. Super Puzzle Galaxy. I'm loving it. Your boy Frankie is in it. So, I mean, what other reason is that? Now, thank you guys all for coming through. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you have a lovely afternoon. And you're the most amazing audience in the world. Give yourselves a round of applause, a thumbs up. And if you think I deserve it, then hey, you can throw me one as well. But more important than all of that is that if you want to stay up to date on everything PlayStation VR and you don't mind this ugly mug, friggin' subscribe. I mean, come on. Smooches.